Hello and welcome to Easy Answers, episode number 6. We are here with Angela Casper. She is the owner and chief accountant and kind of everything
Yes.
at Angela's Tax Service. She's fantastic. She does a lot of our accounting and financial services stuff, and we're really excited to have her on today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So we have a bunch of questions from our audience.
Okay.
The first one is, what are some of the biggest financial pitfalls for small businesses to look out for?
Not tracking their expenses.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses, they get started and accounting's not their thing. They want to do whatever it is they're doing, and they'll lose track of things, or they won't know that something's will help them potentially in their taxes and accounting, so they're not keeping good records. So
That makes sense. That makes everything impossible for the accountant to have.
right.
Yeah. That
Right.
makes sense. Yeah. And then our other question then is probably from someone that doesn't understand accounting because they want to do it themselves. And it's what is the best accounting software that someone can use if they have to do it themselves for like a small business?
QuickBooks is still the most widely used.
Okay.
It's growing and changing. They're doing a lot of different things. They have online versions now as well as desktop. They have self-employed version, lots of things going on. It's still the most widely used, so it's what we use in our office because it's what our clients are using. There are some other ones on the market, Xero, Wave, some other ones, but we don't have as much experience with them.
Yeah, and I've heard good things about some of them, but they all have their issues.
Yes,
for sure, they all have issues.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like doing it. Why we hired you. The next one is what to look for when hiring an accountant.
You want to look at their experience. Some accountants have web pages, some don't. Some have ratings, some don't. So it's like looking for any other service provider. If you can get a referral, or if you know somebody else who uses them, that's always a good place to start. I would check their credentials. Do they have a degree in accounting? Are they just a bookkeeper? If they're going to do your taxes, are they a CPA or an enrolled agent? What education and experience do they have? How long have they been doing it? What kind of businesses or individuals have they been working with? Kind of get to know what their experience is and how they can help you. I offer a free half-hour consultation to people who are starting a business or are looking for a new accountant. I'll offer that to them so they can get to know me and I can get to know them and what they're looking for and what their needs are.
And I'd imagine most good accountants kind of do the same.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't know.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. No, that makes a lot of sense. And I think that's a really important point. I think a lot of people don't realize that if you're going to be having them do taxes for you, they need to be CPA certified.
CPA or an enrolled agent.
Or an enrolled agent, exactly, as opposed to just, I do it.
Right.
Which there's a lot of those people
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, because I'm not a CPA, I'm an enrolled agent, which basically I had to obviously study. I had to take 3 tests. I have to get 72 hours of continuing education every 3 years to keep my certification, and that designation allows me to practice before the IRS. So if there's ever an issue with somebody's return, I can represent them to the IRS and try to resolve their issue.
That makes sense. Yeah,
So.
Awesome. And then our last question is, what is the best method, if there is a single one, for preparing for tax season?
Okay.
Especially if you have an accountant. What do you need? What do you need to be ready for?
To keep all your records in order. It sounds like the cliche thing to say, but really the more records you have, the more things you have, your receipts in order, what you've spent on certain items. That's going to help you to save the most money on your taxes, obviously. If you can't verify your expenses, you're running the risk of the IRS disallowing them. So saving records, keeping them in order, being prepared when you come to your accountant, having those totaled up, or some way that you've tracked them, whether it's on a spreadsheet or in QuickBooks or something. It just helps a lot.
Okay, awesome. Because I know that for instance, my first year in business, I did not. I was not thinking about tracking. I have an MBA, and I wasn't thinking about it. About tracking our business mileage, right? And that was a good couple $100 that I had to pay for that year because I couldn't track it, so I didn't know.
That can be huge. And those are things you want to talk to your accountant ahead of time. Should I be buying a business vehicle? The answer is not the same for everybody. So then, do I track mileage, or do I use my actual expenses for that? And how am I going to divide that if I'm using the vehicle personally or just for business? And so it's always good to plan ahead and talk to your accountant throughout the year, so you don't get to the end of the year and have those surprises.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. Talk to an accountant.
Yeah.
Talk to an accountant. It's always worth, even if it's a little bit of time, it's always worth it.
Yeah. And I think one of your first questions was what was the biggest mistake people make, and that's it. Not talking to somebody ahead of time, and then they're missing out on things that could have helped them through the year, but now they don't know, or they didn't keep track.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, Angela.
You're welcome.
If you need an accountant and you're in the Southern Colorado area, you should definitely talk to Angela. Or tax season, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's here.
It is. She is fantastic. She takes care of our stuff, and I highly recommend her. And thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for our next episode in a couple of weeks after you're watching this. We'll be talking about search engine optimization and what small business owners can do for themselves. Thanks so much.